to start with, where are we gonna start here?
Ratifying the agenda.
Ratify the agenda. Changes, are there any changes to this?
I have a couple of additions that I'd like to put on there. The Motorsports Park property encroachment, Tim and Lisa Dworshak, and then the Rough Rider Motorsports request from Brad Hardigan.
We'll talk about that when we go to new
Yes.
business.
Yep,
Okay.
and I wrote it on yours. so-
Yeah, I seen that.
Yep,
You said Motorsports Park and,
Right.
yep, the property encroachment
oh, okay.
that we did, and then the Rough Rider Motorsports request.
And then minutes for the last meeting. Let's make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
I did make one change that you guys should be aware of, on your original, ones that I sent out to you, not the ones that you have copy of. It said that I called the meeting to order when in fact Jason did, so I did make that correction. So
Okay.
that is the only correction that I had on there unless you have something else.
Can we get a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes.
Okay,
I so move.
Okay. We got a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same thing.
All opposed? Same thing? Okay, it's passed. County Parks Board Director, let's Lisa Heiser. Is this your report?
yep, this will be my report. Just a quick report, out at the fairgrounds, we moved the electric pedestals starting on Monday, so those are in process of being moved. And the arena, and restroom electricity is going in, and it should be done, I would say this week, if not early next. Keith Signs, I gave you guys
Lisa, can you hold on?
sure,
Randy,
Yeah,
can you put your phone on mute unless you want to talk?
okay,
it's given some feedback here,
okay.
okay.
Thank you.
So anyway, you guys got the picture of the sign that we got from, for the fairgrounds. And so that's the sign that I've approved for us to put out there. I've, in the process of filling out the forms for the DOT and the city, being we're in their ETZ, to be able to place this sign. So that's what it's gonna look like.
What's the size of the sign then?
They're getting me the actual specs on it, because I need to know that, but the actual board, the electronic, the LED portion of it is 12 by 7, and then the other sign at the top is, no, that one's 12 by 7, this one's 5 by 7. So
Which
it'll
one is
be-
5 by 7?
Yes.
Which
the-
one?
The LED.
Is 5 foot?
It's
one?
7 wide, 5
Five
high.
high?
Yes. where the
Oh, and that
hole
way
at on
top one
this
is 12 foot.
Yes. And so it'll be a fairly good sized, I'm not quite sure how tall it is, but Chad was gonna get me that information, because I need that for the permits as well, but
And
it
I
will be
think, I
big.
think that'll be great for the entrance and the contestants to know where they're going, because you
Yes.
just got those little signs out there now, so.
Yeah, and you can't read them unless you're right up on top of them, so this will be very handy, and it marks the fairgrounds, as being a Stark County owned facility. I did also look at the, motorsports park signs, they're all completed and ready to be hung, so those will be hung here in the next couple weeks out there, as well as having our logo on it too, so that's a good direction to be going. And then, with the added stalls that we did this winter, we now have 89 total stalls, 46 electric plug-ins that will be out there, and 12 water spigots now throughout the facility we were at 2 before. So it'll create a lot of, extra things and more improvement on the flow of how things work out there, so.
On the sign, or on the LED, are you going to use some of that? Will people be able to pay for advertising on that when you're not using it?
No,
No.
we are only allowed to advertise our own
Okay.
events out there. We cannot advertise on that. We can thank sponsors of the facility on here, but not actually advertise for them.
Okay.
Why?
That's That's just part of their requirements at the DOT and the city ordinances, because we're in their ETZ.
We also don't want to compete with private advertisers
True.
as a government entity. That's not something we want to start doing.
Oh, I got you.
Yep. And then the last thing I have for you in my report is we have not gotten the restroom plan, even the layout or any part of it. So we have fired HTG this morning from completing those plans. Although I did get a bill yesterday morning, I'm not paying it. So they keep promising over and over, and I told them, I said, I'm losing credibility with this board, and I apologize to you guys for not being a little bit more stern and trying to get that going a little faster when it should have been in January of this year. So we will move forward with it, and I've got some plans for that a little later in the new business. So that's all I have for you, unless you've got some questions for me.
How far did they get with any of the work?
He said that they're ready to bid in 2 weeks, but I guarantee you there's not been a single conversation with the city of Dickinson even, knowing that that had to take place. So I don't know because we haven't gotten the layout. Go ahead,
I
Rick.
think by law, they need to advertise for 21 days to solicit bids.
Yes.
You weren't even there.
No, we haven't even seen the layout of it, so, and that was promised over and over by myself. I've visited with Randy, and he gave me some advice on how to handle it a little bit, and we asked for a drop dead date, couldn't get that, couldn't get a response on it. Just excuse after excuse, so, you know, we were told that it was a small project, and that's why it was being put behind some of the larger ones, but in reality, there was an $18 million building that was going to be theirs as well to design, so I don't buy that. So we just need to move on and figure things out to move forward, because this is not moving us forward at all by being strung along month after month.
Lisa, is it basically you just kind of designing and asking and trying to get help to, you know, information?
From the architect, you mean?
Well, just from anybody to build this whole project. Is it basically just you're the centerpiece to?
Well, no, we have a master planning committee.
Oh, okay.
on
That's
the
what I
Fair
was wondering. Do
Association
you have a
side.
round table?
Yeah.
Like, you know, Randy is, you know, he's into construction. He knows a lot. Like
Yeah.
there's Neil, there's a lot of people that know a lot of things about.
Yep, and we've been kind of using our resources. I've visited with Neil a few times on some of the stuff, just to be able to do that. But in just recommending from that master planning committee, we've always talked about the restrooms needing to be there. And when I gave this board the plan of what we were doing, the 10-year vision plan that we did, that is all included in there, coming from basically the Fair Association on what they will do, and some of the wishes that we did an early survey prior to you being on the board, Jason, but we did an early survey on what the community wanted to see, and a lot of the outer community that travels here a lot for events gave some input there too. And so this was supposed to be the start of us having public input meetings, stakeholder meetings,